What's up, guys? Welcome to our channel, Ranger and Ren. This is Ranger, and we're going to talk about Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and specifically the issue I'm encountering. The game looked blurry, or just like fuzzy, and I'm gonna show you two of my recordings first. This is a recording that I have for today. As you can see, today is May 14, and this is what the game looked like. It just looks so bad. It's like a really old PS1 game, or like a PlayStation 1 game. It just looks bad, as you can see. You can't even see his face. Like, you can see the details, like your eyebrows, eyes, nose, mouth, and beard, but it looks like, I'm gonna say, an old video game. You know where how old video games just have the 3D model of the face, then you just slap an image. So he looks like he has a face. That's my problem. And this was recorded today, May 14. And the way OBS works, just for proof, is this is the year, month, date, hour, minute, second. Now I'm going to show you another recording that was done a few days back. This is May 9. You can see it looks way better. You see the lighting, the colors, everything's more detailed. So yeah. Now, a few days ago, there was a patch for the game. It was released on May 9. Sorry, May 10. So I don't know if that's making a difference. There was also an update for Nvidia, the Nvidia driver. And what happened when I updated my graphics card's driver is it also changed the settings for the visual. It changed everything to epic. It did that automatically. Nvidia has a problem doing this. I've encountered this in Overwatch 1, Overwatch 2, the Modern Warfare or Warzone, Call of Duty Warzone Modern Warfare that was released, I think it was 2020, 2019, and even the latest Modern Warfare. Nvidia Experience has a feature. It's like a button you can press for optimize, and it's not going to optimize the game. It's just going to crank all the settings up, turn on ray tracing, even if your computer can't handle it. So do not use that. So I think that's what happened. So we have two things that happened. There was a patch for the game, May 10, and there was an update for Nvidia's drivers. So if you are using an Nvidia graphics card, you're playing this game, you're playing on PC, check the settings. Now, there are two fixes that I did, and I can recommend to you for fixing an issue with the game looking really blurry and bad. The first one is outside the game. So exit the game if you have it open, right click at the desktop, click Nvidia control panel, click manage 3D settings, then look for maximum frame rate. Now, there's two options here. You have the global setting and the program setting. Difference between the two is the global settings, it will apply all the settings here to any game or program that uses frames. That's my dog, I'm sorry. So I have this for the global settings to set to 143 frames. Program settings, if you want to use this instead, just solely apply the settings to only Star Wars Jedi Survivor. You have to click this drop down menu, look for the game, then click add. That's really it. And scroll down, look for the same setting, maximum frame rate, set it to whatever frame rate your monitor can handle. In my case, my monitor can handle 144 frames. So what I usually do is I just change this either 143 or 140. If you're using an older monitor, it won't say in the spec sheets or the specs of the monitor, it's not going to say maximum frame rate, frames per second, or frames. it might say hertz. So if your monitor is, it says 60 hertz, it's up to 60 frames. That's really how it is. So that's it. Now take note, this is not going to fix the problem with the frame rate in the game. For me, it stays stable at 21 to 31 frames. I don't know why. All I can really think of is the game was released in a it's not in an optimized state. That's why we're having this problem. And it's only happening to PC gamers. And for if you're using Xbox or PlayStation, got PS5, we're not gonna have this problem. So while waiting on the game, I'm gonna show you the next fix. It's not worth, while we're waiting for this to load, it's not worth using the verify game files or verify game integrity files, something in Steam. It doesn't work. I've tried it. It's not worth uninstalling and reinstalling the game. Also, if your build is like top of the line, I would say top of the line, you have like a 4070 or 4090 graphics card for Nvidia. I'm not updated with the latest graphics card for AMD. And if you also have like the latest processor for AMD or Intel, it doesn't matter. The game is not optimized. I've seen people with better builds than me, and they have the same issue. And also, same thing for loading the game. This is really just loading, I think it's the shaders. And even if it's in an SSD or hard drive, I've seen people post about it or talk about it, it's still slow. Give or take 2 to 3 minutes for this screen. Then when I click continue to load the game. Right. Okay, before we continue to the game, I'm going to show you the settings just immediately. I set the graphics quality to high. I recommend you do the same thing. And the best fix for the blurry, the game looking blurry, is this. AMD's Fidelity FX Super Resolution 2. I'm not sure if I've seen this in other games. I'm not sure if this game is sponsored by AMD. I'm not sure. I think the only game I've seen something like AMD Fidelity is Borderlands 3. That's all I can really think of. Now, aside from this, there's really nothing else. So just set the maximum frame rate in the Nvidia control panel to whatever your monitor can handle. Set the graphics quality to high. I know you want high frame rate. I know you want the best looking game. The game's not optimized. There's nothing you can do about it. So set the graphics quality to high. Change this to quality. There are other options like balance, performance, ultra performance. For me, the one that works best is quality. Honestly, there's no difference between the four. There's really no difference. Also, I'm just gonna mention it now. When my Nvidia drivers was updated and it turned everything to high, or sorry, it just automatically changed the graphics quality to epic. It also turned on ray tracing, and it turned this off. I don't know why. So ask Nvidia. I have no answer. I don't have any answer for you. So now we're going to go to the game. If you are using an AMD graphics card, I can't remember where, but there should be an equivalent for the maximum frame rate or like max frame rate setting. I know there is because I used to have a Sapphire RX 570. It was factory overclocked, and I know it had that setting. You're just gonna have to look. I'm sorry, I don't remember. But yeah. Again, it takes a while. Gonna try and shorten this part just to rush things. That's going. Gonna alt tab really quick. Okay, so you can see right there. And again, everything I'm recommending, it really won't increase the frames per second. There's nothing we can do about it. Now, looking at this, where's the spot I was at? I'm gonna stand here. I think this is where I was at. Look this way. So right here, comparing this to opening the video again. So huge difference between the two. Just, yeah, there you go. Anyways, if you have other fixes that you recommend, or if what I recommended didn't work, I apologize. There's really anything else I can recommend. I'm not the kind of person who's like really hardcore that will go to the BIOS and make some changes just to get a game working. At that point, it's really not your build or your fault. It's the game. So any fixes that you can recommend, just leave them in the comments, post them in the Steam community or the community hub for Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Just help everyone out. Any questions, just leave them in the comments, and I guess I'll see you in the next video. Just a shame. Great game. Scrappy release for PC. Just Come on. We'll end this.